Molly girl, count your mother days.
The thing is, the cops saw it, so they didn't even pull
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Call Me Busby. We're back with another Insecure review. This is episode 9, Lowkey Tryin. We only got one more. Just like I thought, we were getting 10 episodes. But, I mean, they were renewed for season 5, so we can be excited about that. We got something to look forward to. I'm sure we're going to be left with some kind of cliffhanger. Well, hopefully. But let's get into the review. We start off with Issa and Lawrence. They are still at it. We see this whole montage of them sleeping together, all on this couch. You know, they find a couch and they really break that couch in. They napping on the couch together, lunch on the couch together, breakfast on the couch together. They spending a lot of time with one another. And when the scene opens, Lawrence asks Issa, you know, who's playing on the speakers or whatever. She's, you know, got her playlist going. And when she goes to look at her phone to see who it is, she sees she sees a text message from from Nathan saying, "Are you still gonna help me move?" And Issa immediately tells Lawrence, you know, "Did I tell you about my friend Nathan?" And he's like, "Is he the one that wrote the song? Is this him on the song?" And you know, she's just like, "Well, you know, no, that's my friend Nathan. You know, like we used to, you know, date a little bit, sort of something like that back in the day. You know, after the breakup, of course, but you know, she lets him know, you know, she and Nathan were intimate in the past, you know, but they're friends now. Are you cool with me, you know, going over there to help him move?" And Lawrence is like, "So we doing that? Like, is that deep? You asking me, can you have friends? Okay, like what is this? What's going on here with that?" And she's just like, "You know, I'm just trying to be honest, you know, this go around, she really ain't trying to mess nothing up because she is enjoying what they have going on. And she's fine with, you know, being exclusive and cutting Nathan off if that's what Lawrence wants to do." And she asked him, you know, "So do you still got some skins running around? Like what you got going on?" And he's like, "Well, if you're trying to ask about Condola, you know, then yeah, we talk and that's done. That's done." And you know, I'm sure Issa was giddy inside, but you know, they still don't solidify what they are. They still don't put a stamp on it, you know, or a title on it or anything like that, but they are spending quality time, and I believe that they are, you know, agreeing to only do that with one another. I'm not sure. But then we see Molly. She's in therapy, and she's just in there talking to her therapist about Issa, about the situation with Andrew's brother. And the therapist is pretty much like, "Well, I hear what you're saying about what everybody else did and how everybody else crossed the line and this, that, and the third. But what did you do, and what do you think that you can do, you know, to salvage these relationships, to make sure that these types of situations and scenarios aren't happening for you? Like, you're not finding yourself in messy situations within friend groups, within your relationship, with the in-laws, you know, all of that. So what is it that Molly need to do for Molly?" And, you know, she gives Molly that to sit on because, of course, Molly don't never take accountability for anything she does. It's always somebody else. It's always, "Well, they crossed the line." And the therapist is just like, "Well, are you just trying to be right, or like, do you really value these relationships? Do you see where Issa can bring something to the table? Like, are you still getting something out of the relationship?" And Molly's just sitting there looking. I mean, she's my best friend. Okay, girl. The answer was no, obviously. Anyway, Issa's at home and she texts Nathan, I can still help you move or whatever. And, you know, Nathan's cool with that. And she immediately starts looking like, texting Nathan. Lawrence is over here. I got Nathan over there. Let me call Kelly. So she calls Kelly, and Kelly's voicemail, girl. First, she gives us the Kelly voicemail. You know, you've reached Kelly. Leave a message, blah, blah, blah. Then we going to get habla español, Kelly. Kelly got to tell us in Espanol, you know, all of what she just said in English, because I guess she got Spanish callers, Spanish-speaking callers. I forgot what it is that Kelly does. I mean, maybe she does have people call her who might, you know, only speak Spanish. But leave it up to Kelly to do that on her personal voicemail. So she called Kelly. Kelly don't answer the phone. Then she calls Amal, and Amal out to eat. And she talks to him about the situation with Lawrence and how, you know, Lawrence is back in the picture. And she's excited about that. But she got Nathan over here. They still friends. Like, it's a messy situation. Well, it could potentially be very messy. Like, so what should she do? And Amal don't give her no help. She pretty much talks herself through that conversation, critically thinking it out loud. And they get nowhere. Amal is no help. But like he said, you get what you pay for. And she gets off the phone with him and thinks, okay, shot in the dark. I'll call Molly. Calls Molly. And then we see Molly answer the phone. And Issa starts to talk about, you know, this situation that she's in. And Molly's like, see, here we go. You always want to talk about you. You still the same selfish bitch. And then Issa, you know, kind of like snaps out of it. And it was all, you know, Issa vision. Issa, you know, all in her head feeling like, well, this is how that situation is going to play out. She calls Molly anyway. And lucky for her, Molly doesn't answer the phone. Molly is leaving therapy, but does see that, you know, Issa has called. Then we see Issa. She's sitting down at a diner. So I'm assuming that she had gotten in touch with Molly because she's sitting there waiting on her. And she ordered a light-skinned picture of mimosa. So more champagne, a drop of orange juice. And that's the only way to drink a mimosa. If you want more orange juice than than champagne, then just get you some orange juice. Just go on and get you some orange juice without the champagne. Don't waste a drop of champagne for my orange juice. Just give me all the champagne and give me a drop of orange juice. That's how I order all my cocktails. I be like, well, when I used to drink Henny, splash of Coke. Splash of Coke, like, that's it. Don't get heavy-handed with your thumb. That's it. That's all I need. But anyway, she's waiting on Molly, and when Molly shows up, Issa, hey! I'm sorry, that was loud. It was awkward, so they just like, do we hug? You know, do I dap you up? Like, what we doing? So we just gonna awkward hug. Molly sits down, and it's still, and listen, guys, I don't know if it was just me, but I hated Molly's outfit. I hated it. Hated it. She looked like circa 1984. The jean shirt with the jean skirt and them big ass boots on them little legs. No. No. That's how my legs used to look in boots when I was little, because I had the skinniest legs. And if I ever wore boots like that, I could never wear the, you know, thigh high or calf high or knee high. I still can't wear over the knee boots because some things be sliding down, especially if they tying it back. Anyway, we getting off topic. Molly's outfit was trash. But anyway, she shows up and sits down, and it's awkward because it's, you know, the awkward silence, and Issa stirs up conversation. She's trying to pull a conversation out of Molly because Molly's being so standoffish and guarded. Because, you know, Issa's like, I saw that, you know, you went on your trip, your vacation. I saw your pictures. Oh, yeah, we had a good time. So you're not even going to tell her about the trip. Y'all done got there to where, you know, like that's what you do to like an associate. You know, you don't really dive into your trip with an associate, letting them know, all of what happened, all of that. You don't do that with an associate. But your best friend, you should have been told her about what happened with you and Victor, or whatever his name is, the brother-in-law. Anyway, Molly's being standoffish, and Issa feels it, but when she asks about Molly's nephews, it kind of is like an icebreaker because they have something that they can laugh about, and then they have what seems to be a good time. And when they leave, Issa's just like, I love you, girl, and that was that. And I'm thinking, well, I could see all over Molly's face that she was guarded, had a wall up, wasn't really present. Like, I'm here to hear what you got to say, but you ain't really saying much, so I really got a wall up because I'm waiting on you to bring up, the hard topics, since you are the one who invited me to brunch, which is understandable, but Molly could meet her halfway. You can see that Issa was uncomfortable bringing that to her, and that's an uncomfortable situation. Like, I have two best friends, one of whom I don't have no problem or no issues with talking to her about whatever I got an issue with, good or bad. We don't have and that goes both ways. She don't have no problem checking me. I don't have no problem checking her. And not in a mean or malicious way, but I just mean like we have our boundaries, and we have, our ways about ourselves, and we understand one another. I can come to her and be like, girl, I ain't like that you said that, or I ain't like that you did that, and we still gonna be fine. My other best friend, on the other hand, we don't have those type of, like, that's not our dynamic. Not to say that I wouldn't, but I don't. She's been my friend for a long time. Like, we don't step to one another like that. But then again, I don't know if she's ever had, issues within the friendship that she's never brought to me, and vice versa, because we don't do that with one another. But we don't have spats either, so that's not our ministry. But anyway, Molly felt like Issa should be the one, bringing up the hard stuff, because she goes home, over to Andrew's house, and brings, I don't know, did she bring food? No, not this time. But anyway, she goes to Andrew's house, and Andrew's like, so how was brunch? And she tells him, well, it was cute or whatever, but I feel like it was, superficial. And Andrew just, asked her about, what happened and what did you do? What did you do? Did you put forth effort? Did you meet her halfway? I'm thinking that you could do that. Like, it doesn't have to be Issa laying it all out on the table for you at your feet. Nah. Both of you, the communication has to go both ways. And Andrew is pretty honest with her about that. And of course she don't like it. But what can she say? Shoot. Victor, the brother, he invited Molly and Andrew to a Clippers game, and automatically, here Molly goes. She don't want to be nowhere around Victor now. Now she gonna be giving him, the evil eyes. She gonna be standoffish with him, flaking, not really wanting to show up, letting Andrew do things that they're invited to as a couple, but Andrew just gonna be showing up by himself because she ain't feeling Victor. And Andrew really don't like that. He's like, that's my brother. So, like, how you gonna be with me and you don't really like my brother? You're not trying to give it a try. He's trying to extend. He's trying to extend the olive branch, and you still like, what is it? He don't understand. I don't understand. But that's Molly. That's Molly. She's just gonna make him go alone because she don't want to go. Anyway, Issa and her assistant, they are at like this cycling place. Issa is trying to put together like a wellness type of event. And so they landed that place, the cycling place. They still need, I think they still need, more vendors and, people like that to jump on board. But this is another event that Issa is planning. And I'm sure it's going to be great, but I'm sure we're going to see that next season, of course. Lawrence calls from San Francisco. He had his interview. And Issa, is proud that it went well because he told her it went well. He didn't really go in depth like I got the job, but he just said it went well. And they have, a nice cute little conversation. And she tells him about the brunch with Molly. He's like, word, y'all went and did brunch. Issa, she feels hopeful. She feels like it went well. She feels like, oh, I think it went well. Like I really missed her. Uh-oh. Sabotage. I really missed her. And, like, I just picked that up with my foot. It's a gift. But anyway, she telling Lawrence, that she really missed Molly and she, feels hopeful. Things might be on the up and up between them. They might get back to normal. Lawrence don't care either way. But anyway, Issa then goes to Nathan's to help him move. Well, help him unpack because he done already moved into his new place, and she gonna help him unpack. And he trying to come and help unpack the same boxes, and Issa moving around like, trying to keep it real platonic because when she walking up to the door, she like, what's up, bro? Hey, pal. What's up, pal? Going through how is she gonna greet this man because she's trying to keep it platonic. We friends. That's it. Don't be catching no feelings. Don't be getting no ideas. None of that. We are cool. And that's it. And she gets in there, moving about. And I'm sure it was obvious that because Issa was being awkward. So I'm sure it was obvious that something was going on with her. She tells him about Lawrence. And Nathan, I don't know, but he automatically got jealous. And he start that, oh, all right, cool. Let me know how that works out for you. Like, and Issa's like, whoa, wait a minute. What's your problem? I mean, he's kind of sometimey, but okay, do your thing. Sometimey? She's like, well, at least he ain't ghost on me. Like, he knows how to use his words instead of just disappearing. And then Nathan turns around with his sob story. And I'm going to say sob story because he could have been told her that. He could have told her that then. No, granted, I'm not the one that's bipolar, so I'm not finna say what I would or wouldn't do if I was somebody diagnosed with it and then was romantically interested in somebody. Like, I'm not sure I would have told Issa either, but he could have been told her. He could have told her, especially when he reached back out to her. He could have told her. But anyway, he tells her that he I didn't ghost you. I didn't just disappear. I was diagnosed, with having bipolar disorder. And it was tough. It was rough. I went through this and I went through that. So he gives this nice little story. And she's just like, she told him about Lawrence. And I want to say she told him, how serious it was. Well, for Issa. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I want to say somebody was like, was very like snide about it. Like, I can't remember. Anyway, I'm not even finna go there. Because we rolling. Anyway, after she tells him about Lawrence, because he was laughing and all of that. Like, he was real rude about it. He still tells her, I still want you in my life. I know that, because I appreciate you. And she was like, I appreciate you too. Because, basically, like, we can still be friends. We can be cool. But I still feel like Nathan would, he still want to be romantically involved with Issa. I'm sure of it. Molly is at Andrew's. And Andrew, of course, still feels a way about Molly not going with him and Victor to the game. Because he's like, he invited us. Like, are you going to keep doing this? This is my brother. You can't continue to ignore him. He's going to be around. What's going on? Do y'all need to have a sit down? Do you need to talk? Then, all of a sudden, Issa and Nathan walk through the door because, he's still moving out. And it's awkward. And, they're like, oh, we just going to get our boxes and go. And Molly's like, no, you guys can stay. Andrew's like, we got plenty of food. Y'all can stay for dinner. So they stay for dinner. And they having a great time, laughing, just really chatting it up, playing, they were playing games at first initially, and then they started talking about the drinking games they used to play at Issa's first apartment. And one of them was a game where you would have to guess a celebrity's height, And if you were wrong, then you had to take a shot or a sip or whatever. And Nathan's like, oh, I'm game. Let's play. And Molly was like, oh, okay. And Issa's like, I mean, we don't gotta play. Do you want to do something else? Or like, you know, like you ready for us to leave? Don't let me put you out, sis. And Molly's, oh, no, it's fine. Let's play. So they finna play. And they start playing the game and everything's cool and they laughing. And the vibe, as the kids would say, was good. And Andrew gets up to go and get another bottle because they done drank through one. And Molly get on her phone to text she thinks she texting Andrew, but she texts Issa. She texts her, see, I am trying with her. And Issa's like, girl, don't do me no favors. You ain't got to try with me. I didn't know it was a task. Let me get my things and go. She texts her back, I don't think this was meant for me. And so, of course, Molly's like, with egg on her face. And Issa leaves, and Molly runs after her. And, you know, Molly's like, I mean, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. He's like, I didn't know that it was so hard for you to be around me. Like, I didn't know that. That's good to know. Like, I've been really trying. I've been doing what I can do, you know, on my side to see that this relationship is salvaged, but you're not doing nothing, Molly. Like you don't want to do your part, sis. Like you just want it to be one-sided. What's going on? And Molly pretty much is just like, well, you know, who I am now and who you are now just don't mesh. And Issa's heartbroken. Visibly heartbroken, and I was pissed off for my good sis. She don't deserve that. She did not deserve that. I think that, well, I ain't gonna say every woman has been in a situation like this. Well, yeah, I want to say we all go through this type of situation or come to this type of crossroads with a close friend or with a friend at some point in your life. Especially, you know, in adulthood, not necessarily, you know, when you're in adolescence, but in adulthood, yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah, I got stories. Yeah, and I was on the receiving end, like Issa just, well, darn. You really just gonna drop me like that, like a bad habit? You just broke up with me, pretty much. That's what they do. That's what folks will do. Drop you like you don't mean nothing to them and walk away. And you have to be grown up enough, you know, and woman enough to just let them go. It is what it is. Because they are, you know, walking away, and it's their loss. Like, it's Molly's loss. It was, you know, so-and-so's loss, you know, with my own personal situation. Because I'm thriving, I'm growing, and I'm glowing, sis. In case you're watching. Anyway, but yeah, Issa, you know, she hold back the tears. She don't really break down in front of Molly, but she's just like, oh, okay. Let me get in my little lift because this here done pulled up. She get in the lift and leaves. And that's just that. Molly's standing there looking stupid, looking cheap, because I'm sure she knows what she said was hurtful. And I don't know if she meant, you know, we're in two different places in life, and, you know, maybe some space or some distance and time between us might, you know, bring a better outcome. Or maybe, I don't know anything, but girl, I'm here, you're here. We can't be friends. That's essentially what you said, Molly. With your tackhead ass. I can't stand her. I'm mad. Well, see, I ain't always been a Molly hater, but this season, I'm not here for Molly. And I don't know if I'm gonna be here for Molly next season. I don't know. She's proven to be piss poor at best. And that's not best. that's her worst. She's the worst. She didn't have to do my friend like that. She really did. And I'm about ready to go bust some windows. Yeah, but she leaves, and that's where it ends out. I hope that you enjoyed this review. I had fun reviewing it. It wasn't really, it was a even kill kind of episode, you know, up until that whole situation with Issa and Molly. I watch it on the app, so I don't really see the preview. Well, I don't see the previews. They don't show the previews. You know, it just goes off. So I'm gonna have to go and see if I can find me a little trailer for episode 10, so I can see what might potentially happen next week. Cause I really want to know. Anyway, be sure to write down in them comments. But anyway, rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with y'all later. Peace and light.